Hello everyone and welcome to our YouTube channel Asus Accessories TV. Today, for a change, we are going to disassemble an Asus laptop, the VivoBook S14, which is a very good product on which there is a numpad. You will see, disassembling or reassembling is not easy. You have to be patient and delicate. Let's go for disassembly. Here we are for the disassembly of the Asus VivoBook S14. We start the disassembly from the bottom. Remember to have your container to store your screws, always the toolbox. We only have a Phillips. This one is a little longer. It should be remembered that on the sides, the screws are a little longer. Is there a trap or is it clipped? We do not force, we try to understand. No trap, the bottom comes off by itself. We recap. The thermal module with its cooling system, the RAM bar. Here you have the M2 SSD SATA and the hard drive. You have the battery and the motherboard. We are going to proceed with the complete disassembly. We will start with the easiest, the M2 SATA, the cooling system that resists. It is just a sticker. You take it off slowly. It comes on its own. Same for the battery, it comes on its own. Here you have the pad. On this model, it's a numpad. You also have the pad connection. You have another connection we will see when disassembling. They made everything go through the numpad, through the cable. You have a system of stickers here to hold the wires. It will be necessary to remember it for the passage of the cables during reassembly. Here also a sticker, pay attention. Here, this is the Wi-Fi system. You have the antenna. On this model, the speaker cable is connected to the Wi-Fi cables. We try to remember where the cables go. The black goes here and the red goes under. You have a part of the Wi-Fi antenna which is hooked to the speakers. You have the auxiliary black cable Wi-Fi with the speaker. These are studs. You just have to pull gently. It comes apart by itself. It's okay for the speaker. We proceed with the second speaker. Just pull the connector. It's okay for the speaker system. You have the system with a Wi-Fi antenna. The second is on the top case. We remove the RAM bar. You have to remove the two tabs. You remove your RAM bar. We still have the motherboard, the Wi-Fi card. We will unplug the second one. You have a screw. Same process as for the M2 SATA hard drive. You remove it. Here you have the motherboard, the module. We will dismantle everything else. We never force. We check to see if there is any resistance. Here you have the connection clip. It must come by itself. It's for the thermal module fan. You have a slot to add a second hard drive. We lift the tabs to remove the cables. We do not force to remove them. That's the keyboard cable. Here you have the touchpad cable. It lifts upside down on this model. You pull on the tab. Here you have the LVDS cable, which will connect the screen. You pull gently without forcing. It is fragile. We have disconnected the screen. Then we will detach the screen with the hinges. For this model, to dismantle the screen you have to open your computer. We remove the 6 screws from the hinges. I have detached the screen. We continue on the motherboard part. We will have to unscrew everything. We see that we can remove motherboard. Below, you have a system of passive cooling. You don't need to disassemble it because the cooling system is just the fan which is here. It is passive cooling. There is no reason to change it since it cannot break. Unless you do a bad handling, you have a cable that connects to a USB card. There you lift the tab, you pull gently, it comes out by itself. It is self-adhesive. We will pull gently. These cables are fragile. For information, it is the RAM bar which is often integrated. It is finished for the motherboard. There you have the keyboard. If you have to replace it, you'll have to change the complete top case. We will disassemble the numpad and the USB card. After we have disassembled the whole motherboard system, there is only one screw for this model. There are 3 screws for the numpad. Choose the right bit so as not to damage the screw. I go slowly so as not to damage the tabs of the screw. If you end up with a screwed up screw, you will not be able to remove it. There is just a piece of tape. You peel off the tape. You have just disassembled your pad. Here is the keyboard of the S14. Now, I will show you how to disassemble the screen. We take the screen that we have detached. On this model, you have to be careful. The bezel is relatively thin. It is edgeless. It is quite fragile. It will be necessary to go slowly. You have the little cover system that you have to lift to reach the screws. Go gently. It took a while, but I succeeded. You just have to unscrew the hinges. On this model, it seems to me that the screen is glued. You have arrows to show you where the screws are placed. You have 3 at the bottom and 1 at the top. I take them apart because they will have to be put on the new one. The first hinge. You are going to recover the ruler here. The panel was not glued. Do not pull. You have the LVDS cable. We will keep it to have an example of where the cables go to put them back. It will be necessary to recover the webcam here with the microphone system. We unplug the screen so as not to damage it. Remove the tape from the socket. We stop before the socket so that the tape does not slip out. If you pull suddenly, you'll tear everything off. We have dismantled the panel completely. You only have the cover. We will have to recover the system here for the mounter on the new one. It was a pleasure to share with you this disassembly of the VivoBook S14 from Asus. I hope this will be useful to you. Remember to share, like our videos. I'll see you soon for the next adventures. Have a nice day.